I'd like to thank the Minister for giving me some of his time tonight to speak on this very important debate. And Minister, you're right, for such a significant infrastructure project, it is, I suppose, concerning that we haven't had the opportunity to discuss it heretofore. I suppose in relation to the private member's motion that's been put down by Fianna Fáil tonight, there's a lot of opportunism floating around this House tonight, particularly from that side of the House, and I think we just have more of it wafting over, because the reality is you cannot dismiss the consultation process. The consultation process is not even finished. So how can you suppose to guess what that is, as the date has been extended, as the Minister has said, to the 7th of January. I welcome the Minister's amendment to the motion tonight, and in particular, I'd like to just I suppose, bring people's attention to 2 points in particular, and that's about to fully engage with the potentially affected communities. And I know, Minister, in your response to the House and to the motion tonight, you expressed your disappointment about how people from all over the House have grave concerns about the consultation process that has happened heretofore. And I hope that EirGrid and those watching the debate tonight will take cognizance of that, because I think that is a real difficulty for us as public representatives and for the people who live in our constituencies. They feel that they are not being heard. They feel that they are not being listened to. And in your response tonight, Minister, you spoke about how EirGrid have said that that they will consider undergrounding where technical possible, or in taking into consideration population density, visibility, biodiversity, water catchment areas, etc. But that has not been explained to people. That is not people's understanding. And again, I call on those who are carrying out the consultation process to take cognizance of that, because I myself, in engagement with them, was dismissed about undergrounding. Again, in relation to the government's motion here tonight, I'd also like to welcome the Minister outlines to examine impartially the case for an achievable engineering solution or solutions. And I think that this is what people would really like to see, a kind of cost-benefit analysis about undergrounding. We've heard about how, that there is potentially 3.5 times more expensive to put it underground where technically possible. However, we don't actually know that. And I know that the Labour Party in particular will put a value on social cost, on environmental impact. And, we as a government have taken decisions in the last couple of months and years where we've extended things out over years and months. And I think we have to ask ourselves, if it's technically possible to do it, that we should, as a government, make the investment in this grid to ensure that it is environmentally sound, that it doesn't impact on landscape or environmental or communities. And I think that we should embrace the process to allow us to look at that. And I think that's what people are asking for. Again, I would join with the Minister and with others to call on people to ensure that they engage with the process and to make their submission before the 7th of January. I know from engaging with communities all along one of the proposed routes from the Blackwater up around Lismore down through, which is potentially disastrous, through the Cumra Mountains and up through Rathgormuck, that their huge concern is that not enough people knew about it. And they had undertaken a door-to-door, I suppose, information campaign to ensure that people do engage with the process. Again, showing us that people and the consultation process hasn't been successful. If you found community groups taking this on themselves. But I welcome their approach, and again, I would encourage them and others to ensure that they do make their submissions to EirGrid on and before the 7th of January. Minister, I'm glad to hear you in your response talk about that Fáilte Ireland are now engaging with EirGrid about the Grid 25 programme. This isn't something that I was aware of, because I was hugely concerned, and we know that this year, the year of the gathering, which has been a huge success, that some of the reasons that people have come to our shores to engage with us and to see us was because of the natural beauty. And so I'm glad of that, Minister. So thank you for that.